interior designer has found a way to turn her passion for vibrant fabric into a way to help kids.
Francine Spacek has always loved kids but was unable to have her own. So she decided to create a way to bring comfort to children who are suffering from life-threatening diseases. And she's one of Chicago's very own.
Something like this, which is, you know, a piece of fabric that's just a remnant, you know, from one of the showrooms, can turn into something as magical for a child.
Francine Spacek is passionate about two things, children and fabric.
That piece of fabric can turn into something like this.
An interior designer for 40 years, Spacek got tired of watching manufacturers at the merchandise mart get rid of what she calls perfectly fine pieces of fabric. So she decided to turn their trash into a child's treasure and put the wasted material to good use.
They were tossing them literally in the dumpster, and that used to make me nuts.
So what on earth was she to do with all of the material? The idea came to her one day at a restaurant, what she could do with those scraps.
And overheard the woman behind me in a booth talking to her friend and saying, "My church is making quilts and we're sending them to our boys in Iraq."
And that was all it took. 12 years ago, she founded Sewonderful Quilts, an organization where volunteers sew the fabric pieces together to make comfort quilts for kids with life-threatening diseases.
It was born out of the fact that I always wanted children and never had any.
It all starts with the scraps and this quilt kit.
I'll salvage them before they hit the dumpster and package them into quilt kits, use my design ability to do that, and then give the quilt kits to volunteers.
She gives the volunteers creative freedom with the patterns and colors that she provides in the kits. And once the quilts are complete, she donates them to children's hospitals and other centers in the area.
We've gotten back 3,783 quilts, and I've gifted the vast majority of those.
Julie James is one of several hundred of Francine's volunteers, and she's made more than 100 quilts since 2005.
Francine was so enthusiastic, just so excited about this project and what she was doing by recycling the fabric.
Francine is still spotted in the back of the designer showrooms for usable pieces. She leaves the quilt construction, though, to the volunteers.
I personally have never made a quilt in my life.
The quilts aren't designed for warmth per se. These beauties are made for comfort.
We find that, you know, the children will often take their quilt with them to their chemotherapy session or whatever, and it becomes a security blanket.
She rarely gets to meet the kids that she donates to because of privacy laws, but when she does, it's magic.
It warms your heart like amazing, more than I ever realized. I get so much in return out of this program that I had no idea I would be getting when I first started it.
Francine Spacek, she's one of Chicago's very own. Francine says she always needs volunteers, so if you're interested, you can contact her at sewonderful.org or log on to our website for a link at WGNTV.com.